Forced sterilization. So going back to the Irwin County Detention Center, it was revealed that within the Irwin County Detention Center in Osceola, Georgia, it had been discovered in 2020 that women were being sterilized without their consent. Kennedy 2020. A medical review it commissioned of over 16,600 pages of medical records pertaining to 94 women treated by Amen. The congressional subcommittee concluded that female detainees appear to have undergone excessive, invasive, and often unnecessary gynecology procedures. Galvez 2022. Not only are women's needs neglected and overlooked, they are also at the same time completely being taken advantage of. Instead of offering them proper medical care, they are taking the liberty of deciding whether they deserve to undergo these unauthorized and unwanted medical procedures. Next slide, please.
Alright, Children's Abuse Immigration Detention Centers. According to the University of Chicago Law School, in 2014, legal service providers and immigrants' rights advocates observed a sharp increase in complaints of abuse and neglect from children in CBP custody. In June 2014, several of the organizations submitted an administrative complaints to two DHS oversight agencies, the Office of Inspector General (OIG) and Office of Civil Rights and Civil Liberties (CRCL), documenting CBP's mistreating of 116 unaccompanied children ages 5 to 17. One quarter of the children reported physical abuse, including sexual assault and the use of stress positions and beating by the Border Patrol agents. More than half reported verbal abuse, including death threats. More than half also reported denial of necessary medical care. According to the New York Times, thousands of immigrants' children said that they were sexually abused in the U.S. Detention Center report says by Matthew Haggs, published in February 27, 2019. Details of abuse have been provided, which are adult staff members have harassed and assaulted children, including holding and kissing minors, watching them as they shower, and raping them. They also included cases of suspect abuse of children by other minors. According to the article, some accusations were determined to be unfounded or lacking enough evidence to prosecute.
Lack of services for children and adults. Detention conditions. U.S. has the world's largest immigration detention system with concerns about civil and human rights abuses, including avoidable homicides, according to the article of Understanding U.S. Immigration Detention in Immigration Population and Health Risk. In 2020, 7% of U.S. population, 22.8 million, were non-citizens facing health risks from trauma caused by migration, unsafe migration, and fear of deportation. According to the article of Understanding U.S. Immigration Detention, child detention and education. Detained children education in the U.S. raised concerns with comparison to Australia standard and potential violation of international human rights obligations. According to the article of Understanding U.S. Immigration Detention, concerns for immigrant children in the U.S. face complex legal process and inadequate conditions in Department of Homeland Security facilities, prompting recommendations for dignified treatment and comprehensive post-release services, according to the article of Detention of Immigrant Children. The lack of services for both children and adults is important. The access or lack thereof to education is the essential service for children and adults in immigration detention center is a critical issue. Immigration detention centers are facilities where individuals, often migrant or asylum seekers, are held while their immigration status is being determined. But within these facilities, many individuals experience poor living conditions, according to the article of Understanding U.S. Immigration Detention. These conditions range from inadequate health care to abuse. It can have negative effect on a person's physical and mental health as well as their family's social and economic situation. Having limited access to education services in detention centers presents significant challenges and consequences. According to the article of detention of immigrant children, state newcomer students who are unaccompanied face other challenges once they enter school, including low resources, a lack of academic and emotional support, a lack of quality and cultural appropriate instruction, and a lack of social workers and counselors with background and language abilities that reflect immigrant communities. Ensuring the well-being, safety, and access to education and services for prisoners, especially children, is a matter of human rights and social justice.
The Migrant Protections Protocols Program was a policy that was implemented by the U.S. during the Trump administration, informally known as the Remain in Mexico Program, Code 2021. Migrant Protection Protocols Program asylum seekers that specifically came from the U.S.-Mexico border were asked to wait in Mexico for the duration of their U.S. immigration court procedures, which ranged anywhere from 6 months to several years, Code 2021. The Trump administration strongly believed that immigrants and asylum seekers took advantage of protections given to them by the U.S. For example, certain policies such as the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act that provides legal safeguards to unaccompanied migrant children that are grounded in international human rights laws. Code 2021. From its introduction to February 2021, there were over 70,000 accounts of asylum seekers being told to wait in Mexico in accordance with the program. Immigration courts. Immigration courts hold the responsibility of approving asylum and citizenship applications, Code 2021. Financially, these courts are underfunded, leaving judges to tackle over 2,000 pending cases, Code 2021. In 2015, the U.S. immigration system reported that their immigration and customs enforcement budget was at $18.7 billion for the fiscal year, Code 2021. That same year, the immigration court system budget was reported to be $347.2 million. Code 2021. The lack of funds for the immigration court system leaves judges swamped with cases, slowing down their entire process. The Department of House of Defense claimed that by making the immigration court process more meticulous, it would prevent false asylum claims, therefore speeding up immigration results. In the year 2019, the start of the Trump administration and Migrant Protection Protocols Program, the backlog of U.S. immigration courts cases increased by 148%. Code 2021. Effects of the Migrant Protection Program. The implementation of the program led to an increase in the number of asylum seekers and immigration clients without legal representation, Code 2021. The American Bar Association states that lawyers in the U.S. have trouble trying to officially contact asylum seekers that are located along the Mexican border, Code 2021. From 2019 to February 2021, roughly 92% of the 71,000 cases went underrepresented, Code 2021. Since the Biden administration has taken office, the Remain in Mexico policy has been overturned, Salgado 2021.
So that concludes the end of our presentation. I hope that we explained everything well and we gave you new insight and new information, and thank you all for your time.